everyone, so today I'm going to be filming an updated foundation routine. Now, I've had quite a lot of requests to do this since I have been using my Chanel Vita Lumiere Aqua, which I did a review on. I'll put a link in the information bar below if you guys want to go and check this out. Basically, I'm totally in love with this foundation. I would say it's probably the best foundation I've ever used, and that's quite a claim because I've used quite a lot, but I absolutely love this, and I've got lots of questions asking me how I apply it, so I thought I would show you guys. Now, I have absolutely no makeup on now, so if I look scary, I apologise. I'm going to start by using a primer, and some people use primers, some people don't use primers. I find it does help my makeup stay on longer. I don't have particularly oily skin, I have quite normal combination skin. I tend to get dry patches around my temples and sometimes my chin area, and then I do get kind of oily around my nose, so a little bit combination skin. But the primer I've been using recently is RMK's one, which you're not actually going to be able to see the labelling because it has white typing on it, which doesn't make sense because it's white product, so you can't see it at all. This isn't particularly a special primer. I would say I prefer the Laura Mercier one, but I've run out of the Laura Mercier one, and I got given this in a goodie bag at the National Beauty Blogging event a while ago, and it's nice. I believe it's probably quite expensive though, so I would say if you're going to splash out, go for the Laura Mercier one over this one because they're quite similar. So it's kind of like a balm, and I just apply this, I rub it between my fingers and then just kind of smooth it on, concentrating around my nose, chin and forehead area, and then just blend it out a little bit onto my cheeks and also under my chin a little bit, just so that my foundation blends kind of evenly all over my face. Okay, so once I've done that, I then use the Garnier Roll-On Concealer. Now, I use this before my foundation, partly because the actual roll-on is more of a treatment to reduce puffiness under your eyes, so I just roll a bit of that on, and it feels really nice, really cooling, and I think this does actually work. It contains caffeine, so I think it's meant to restrict the blood flow to the capillaries around your eyes and reduce your dark circles. I think something like that. Probably a bit more technical than that, but there we go. I did a review on this on my blog. I'll put a link in the information bar below to that as well. So then I just pat that in using my finger, and I take a little bit up onto my eyelid as well, just kind of the remainder that's left on my finger. This hair is really annoying me. It's probably annoying all of you as well because it's right in the middle of my forehead. Okay, so once I've done that, I then use my foundation. So, like I said before, Chanel Vita Lumiere Aqua. It needs a good shake before you use it, otherwise the product separates and you just get a load of water come out, which is not very nice. So I apply about that much onto the back of my hand. This is a funny kind of consistency. It's very, it's kind of like a cream, but it's also very, very light, and it just feels really cooling and nice on your skin. It smells lovely too. So the brush that I use to apply this, as I mentioned in a couple of videos, I think this was in my monthly favourites, is Gemma Kids Pro Foundation Brush number 6. I think this is, I can't remember the exact name, I think it's like Professional Foundation Brush, something like that. Anyway, it's like a mini flat top brush. I apply a little bit, and I apply this in sections and just kind of buff it into my skin very quickly. The ads for this foundation have actually been saying, I think their tagline is, apply your foundation without thinking about it, which sounds good to me. I mean, you still do have to think about applying this, but it is very easy to apply, it's very light, and it's very forgiving. So it blends very nicely and just generally looks like a second layer of skin. When I was in New York with Ingrid, and Ingrid tried this out for the first time, her initial impression was it just looks like you're putting on a new layer of skin. It doesn't look like heavy foundation, but the effect you get is very, very flawless and looks just really glowy, really nice, and generally, like I said, the best foundation I've ever used. So, if I could be any nicer about this foundation, I don't know if I could. So, yeah, I'm going to blend this into my forehead, just onto my nose there. I'm just going to take that down my chin, and then a little bit onto my neck too, just to make sure that the colour blends. I didn't mention the shade I'm using in this foundation is B20. Just make sure that's all blended in. I absolutely love this foundation brush as well. For applying this foundation, I just think it works very, very nicely. Yeah, So that's my foundation. Then I apply a little bit of concealer. The concealer that I use, and I've used it for ages, this is gross and dirty, is the Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Concealer Palette. You can only get this in the States, but if you're looking for an equivalent, a much more expensive equivalent, in terms of consistency and coverage would be the Laura Mercier Concealer Duos, but they don't actually have this green tone concealer which covers the redness and the powder as well. This palette is just amazing. If you go to the States or if you live in the States, try and get this. It's $10 as well. And I apply this using my Sigma SS224 fluffy blending brush. I'm actually not going to use the green tone concealer today because I don't actually have any blemishes, which is amazing. I'm very happy about that, but if I do have blemishes I use the green tone to conceal them. I'm just going to use the slightly lighter one a little bit under my eyes just to brighten them up. And I find this brush works really, really well for applying concealer. And this is probably my most used, but I have about 3 of these. One of them I use to blend eyeshadow, the other one I use for concealer, and the other one is kind of like a backup for either or. And then once I've done that, I'm going to mix these 2 colours together to get, because I think my skin tone is about in between those 2. And then I'm just going to conceal my chin because I do get a little bit of kind of discoloration and a few spots around there. Under my nose as well. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to apply a little bit of the powder just to set my concealer. Under there, and on my chin. Under my nose, just wherever I put the concealer. And then instead of using a powder on my face, I've been using the Skindinavia spray, which is makeup setting spray. And they sent me this ages ago, and I didn't try them for ages because I just thought I didn't really like the idea of it. But actually once I've started using them, I really, really like this. And I don't use the dance one because I'm going dancing or anything particular. I just find it works really well for me. So I just do kind of 3 or 4 sprays of that, hold my hair back, just to set my makeup. And then that is it for my foundation. Very easy, very kind of natural, flawless. I honestly cannot say enough good things about the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua. It's absolutely beautiful. So if you're looking for a new foundation, I would recommend this because it's amazing. That is it for my updated foundation routine. Hope you guys found this useful and I hope you're having a great day. Bye!